Can you hear me through there? Is that working? You can't? Right, okay. That's going to be an issue. Well, you can't hear me. You can't hear me on the screen. Right, can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Is this thing on? Might be. Oh, there best not be a delay. I'm gonna have to figure that out. Bear with everyone, because we've never done this. This is my first live. Is it working now? As long as you can hear it, that's the main thing. Welcome to my first live. I've never done one of these. It's quite exciting for me. There's all sorts going on. I've got cameras and lights and everything, and it's a little bit oh, that's all right. Is it, as long as it's not lagging? That's what I was worried about. I was worried that it was going to be lagging. Cheers. If I don't keep up with the chat, by the way, I do really apologize. I'm very slow at reading, and delay won't be able to be helped. Don't worry, as long as everyone can hear you. There you go. As long as everyone can hear me. Jet's on the modding, so thank you very much. I appreciate that. All I wanted to really do, the idea behind this chat was really, I'm not gonna lie, I didn't have a video this week, so this was sort of my get out of jail free card. But I do have a video now. I managed to get out yesterday because a few people suggested making a video with my kit, and I thought, I could do that in the rain, so I did that. So there is actually still a video going up tomorrow, but because I'd said about doing this, I thought, come on, it might as well. It's fine, don't mess around with it. I'm not going to mess around with it, I promise. I know, the chair. Do you know what? I'm not even this is obviously, Jet used to stream. Jet used to be a proper streamer. She used to stream all the time. So this was her chair, and now it's my chair. But when I'm plonked, I can't tell. It's very comfortable, to be fair. I'll try, Dave. I'll try. I can't promise anything, though. Yeah, so the idea was, I was trying to think about sort of, should there be a topic or anything, or should I... hi, Simon. Thanks, Debbie. Oh, it's actually nice to be able to say hi to you properly, Debbie. It's been a while. Yeah, motivations. That was the only real topic I could think of. Like, why do people shoot air guns and things like that? But let's be completely honest. We could talk about absolutely anything. I'm not really that bothered. I think I overthought it, if I'm being completely truthful with you. Yeah, it does suit me. I'm a big fan of it, to be fair. I could chill out in it quite easy, and I get stressed out in it, and I just do a lot of this in it, and I do a lot of. That's not the worst bit. Bear with. Where have they gone? Oh, yeah. See, I've got the whole ensemble, and this is literally how I edit. Do you know what? Thanks, Max. I appreciate that because I'll take them off now. This has all happened completely by accident, and I genuinely think if this was the sort of thing that I was just instantly good at, I don't think it would have been the same. I really enjoy the whole process of figuring stuff out. It's been amazing. I've had a whale of a time. Hello, Yeti. I appreciate you dropping in, mate. I really do. Nice to hear from you. I appreciate the support as well, mate. You've been there from day one, and I've even got your name wrong at the start. Dark Horse Garage. Thanks for your support as well. I've been, yeah, I do appreciate you as well. Thanks, Williams Fitness. Does it bring out the bloodshot in my eyes? Does it pump up the rouge in my cheeks? Jet, have I overdone the filter? Am I alright? How bad's the lag though, Jet, on the mods? Sounds quite bad. Or someone is teaching you something, so I can learn at the same time. That's a very good point, Max. When I started learning how to spearfish, I was literally floundering around, for want of a better, excuse the pun, but I was literally doing it by myself. As soon as I started going with other people, I learned infinitely quicker, and it's been the same with this. When there's other people around, I've had John from Hawk's ITV, I've had Darren from the D Range, I've had my mate Matt from Cornwall Pest Management, I've had Bryn at Celtic Guns, and of course Adam from the range. Loads of other people. I haven't mentioned who you are, then I do apologise. I'm a bit scatty at the minute, but without people teaching me how to do things, it's come on faster because of that. It actually was the day that I went to the range with Adam Cole, because he'd been, I don't want to say badgering, he'd been at me like in the comments for ages, and it was relentless. Well, not relentless, it was consistent. And oi oi mush, there he is. So and it was consistent, and he was constantly saying I could make this better for you, and because he was so consistent, I just figured I'd go with that. So I messaged him back, and then that was that. And it was a pivotal point. I'm not going to blow smoke up his ass, but it was a pivotal point in experience out. The only delay is you reading the chat. Oh right, okay. As long as there's not a delay. I thought there was a massive delay, but yeah. So that was a pivotal point in all of this. Really, was going and doing that with Adam that day. So having somebody around to show you is. So they're my favourite videos as well, Max. How's it going, Twisted Zeus? Right, I'm a member at a really good club, but it's tricky asking people for mentorship. How did you get support from these dudes? Through it, I'm very, very lucky. I'm probably going to say this 1,000 times on this live. I'm incredibly, incredibly lucky. This channel has opened a lot of doors for me. I've met people because of it, and one of those people was Adam Cole, and that's how I managed to get mentorship from Adam. I don't know why I did this. It is mentorship. It is mentorship, Adz. You do that. I don't know why I did that. Do you think with an MP? Yeah, I think that the biggest video that I've got is with the CP2, but I knew that was going to be a big video because it's a massively well followed. It's a cult gun. People love it. Now I've got one, but I can't show you because they'll just shut me down. But the CP2 was the first big video, but the MPO2 it was never supposed to go any further than the MPO2. That was supposed to be it. That was my first gun on the channel. It wasn't my first gun I've ever had, but it was the first gun I took seriously, and it's literally going through. I didn't expect it. I mean, The video that's coming out tomorrow, there's a part of me that feels it might be a little bit showy offy, but I've got more guns than I should have, than anybody needs now. But it started with the MPO2, and I think that starting as a budget rifle thing definitely did help the channel, and I think budget rifles are better. I just do. I think bang for buck literally are it's just better. Guns. Hello, buddy. Hey mate, sorry I missed the start of your live. I've just driven back from I'm glad you had a good time. I tried to get over, mate. I was going to come over and visit. I was in the spearfishing shop for a bit, then I had loads of stuff to do. Then I've been trying to get this video done, and I'd love to have come and said hello, but yeah, I'm glad you had a good time at D-Range. D-Range has changed everything. I'm very lucky, again, like I said, I'm going to say that 1,000 times, but I am very lucky to be able to go to D-Range. It makes a big difference. Dean's just been. I'm glad you had a good time, mate. Looking to trade my MPO2 for the TX200, or I can't. HW100 is, it's a faultless gun in my opinion, but then so's the TX200. I prefer it in 177. My 177, if you've seen the video with the 177 shooting at distance, I was with my friend Liam that day, and I genuinely had no idea it was going to be that good. It got to a point where I thought this is going to be a 5-minute video. I just put targets down and hit them. And no matter how far away I moved it, the bloody thing was doing it. So the TX200, you can't really go wrong. And if I had to choose between MPO2s or a TX200, the MPO2 would be gone, to be fair. It's a brilliant gun, but when it comes to those other two, I know. It's all right, innit, Phil? I want to sort of lean like this so everyone can see it, because, yeah, I'm a big fan of it. When did you get the Zulus V2 and how are you finding it? Right, the Zulus V2, I was supposed to have bought the Hydra. I don't know if anybody saw that video. I was supposed to have bought the Hydra. I committed to buying it with D&T and I didn't buy it. They actually offered for me not to buy it, even though I'd committed to buying it. They said I didn't have to. So we, M. Truck Styling. How's it going, mate? You all right? Yeah, so I was supposed to have bought that. They said, did I want to try that instead? So I've bought the V2. That was a couple of weeks ago, but I've got a lot on at the minute, and I don't really like doing reviews. I want to just use it, experience it, and then make a video with it as from a sort of user perspective, if that makes sense. I'm not really that confident when it comes to making reviews, because does anybody really... you want to see people who know what they're talking about do a review, don't you, really? I mean, you want to see it from like an everyday perspective, but a proper review, you can't beat. I love reviews. I absolutely love reviews. I've been watching you. Cheers, Dominic. That's not today. Who else is there? How's it going, Mitchell, anyway? Hope you're all right. That car's looking mint that you did, by the way. Fair play to you. Connection issues with the Wi-Fi. I've never had any issues, but I haven't used it that much, I got to be honest. And with the V2, it's bloody brilliant though. I can say that much. It is really good. I've got the one leaf. They sent me that within a couple of weeks of having my channel, and you'll see that in the video tomorrow. I wanted to send it back. I've actually got some videos if you wanted to see. I've got some bits so you can see the comparison between the two. I could show you them in a minute actually, but if you, in fact, do I show you that now? Let's just have a look. Right, so what I've got is, I've got on here, this is the one leaf. This is the one leaf at night. It's actually really, really very good. As a night vision piece of kit, I don't think it's bad at all. It works an absolute treat. That rat didn't think so, but I didn't really rate it that much in the day. This is actually a really good video of it in the day. This is probably the best quality I got out of it, but it's just shooting a spinner. There's nothing exciting. But the problem I had with it was when you change any light settings, it all went to pieces, and you don't get that with the Zulus. The Zulus seems to just cope with it, and I'm well chuffed with it. Definitely need to catch up, Mitchell. We keep saying it, but it's 100 miles distance. I'm up your way quite a bit, and I shouldn't stop. We'll do it. We'll do it. What gives you more satisfaction, hunting or shooting tin chickens on the HFT course? I already know the answer. I'll talk about hunting in a bit. The HFT course was it exceeded my expectations, to be fair. I expected it just to be a video that I was making. I thought it was just for content, but I actually am. It's lit something under me now. Adam knows that. There's something in there now. I've got to get that going. It's got to be done. Basically, I loved. I'm not competitive in any way at all. I can't compete. I'm just not very good at it. If somebody else wants it more than me, if I'm playing football, for instance, and somebody else is trying harder to get the ball, and I'm not really that arsed, you can have it. So I'm not competitive. But the HFT thing, just trying to beat my last score was enough. And it was just, yeah, so shooting tin chickens is fun. I do enjoy the HFT. The hunting thing, there's going to be a lot more hunting on my channel. I'm trying to, and I know I do things from a beginner's perspective. It's just, hunting from a beginner's perspective, I do truly believe that should start at targets. It's horses for courses. You go and shoot things straight away if you want. I'm not telling people what to do, but for me, I think getting good and bossing it with a rifle on paper targets and tin chickens is the way to start. So I really want to be good at hunting before I start making, or better at it. I don't want to go missing and make it and wound. To be fair, I go hunting 2 or 3 times a week when the weather's good. I just don't put it on the channel. And sometimes me and my mate Liam go, we don't shoot anything. I think the most I've shot in an evening was 2 rabbits and a pigeon. That was it. And so it's not that interesting, but I love hunting. It's what my channel is supposed to be about, hence Adz Hunts. But the tin chickens I can deal with. If I miss any of this chat, by the way, I am really sorry. That's one manly gaming chair. 100%. Come on. What's not to love? You haven't seen the headphones. You missed the bit with the headphones. Love it, man. My first PCP, looking for Reg for it now. Yeah, ideal. Frank's trying to get over. Honestly, I would love to have come over. It's just this week with the weather being as it is, it's been an absolute nightmare. But when you're down again in a couple of weeks, oh, ideal. Yeah, you bought the crate. I've been trying to join the crate club for ages, but I'm actually. Do you know what? I'm happy that I haven't got one, because if I'd have bought the crate at any stage, it would have put me in a position where I couldn't afford the Ultimate Sporter, and I absolutely love that Ultimate Sporter. I can't wait to get that on the channel a bit more. Do you think the look to the MPO2 and the other air rifles look like tactical weapons may bring to the end of our freedoms of air rifles to an end? I hope not, old man Francis. I hope not. I think I don't want to talk too much on all of that, because that will be something I talk about in the future. I'm thinking about doing some sort of a podcast discussing all of those sorts of issues, because I've been reading a lot of stuff about that lately, and coming for our gun sort of things. I don't understand why air like sub 12 air gunning needs to suffer in the UK. It's, you know, it's an institution almost, and yeah. So I'm not going to go into that too deep now, but no, I think the more tactical they look, it definitely could create an issue, I guess. But they're cool, though, aren't they? I love the look of the MPO2. I think that's why I went for it, to be fair. I think that's what it was. Have you thought about entering an HFT shoot next year? Yes. Spoiler alert. Yes, I'd love to. I'd love to, if only just to see what it's like. And I don't know if I'm supposed to say or not, but I'm hoping to get down to have a look at the bench rest competition at Dutchy Shooting Association. They've got that coming up soon. I'm not supposed to say. Well, it's not a spoiler. Everybody knows it's going to be there. But I'm hoping to get down and have a look at that as well, because it's air rifles, isn't it? I'm definitely up for having a go at that as well. Oh, I've done something here. Oh, missed loads. Missed loads of chat. Well, let me just catch up here. Right, guns. I completely agree with you. It's in my thing tomorrow, actually. I'm not going to touch any of these. These are just scopes, but I don't know how funny YouTube can be about it. I don't know if they're going to shut any lives down for touching those stuff. So I've got a lot of scopes. I love shooting through optics way more than I like shooting through digital scopes. The only reason I use digital scopes is for the night vision, the D&T and the one leaf. I only use them for the night vision. Shooting through optics is so much more rewarding. in my opinion. I mean, if you're shooting quarry, my own my own opinion on shooting quarry is take the easiest option that is definitely going to guarantee you the kill. But so if that's rangefinders and so on and so forth, but when it comes to having a mooch about and knowing that something's within your 25 meters or what, you know it's definitely on, then I don't think you could beat optics. I absolutely love them. I must admit, I'm not a fan of tactical looking rifles. I was a huge fan of them until I started going to Celtic guns a lot more. When I was in Celtic guns regularly and seeing all the tactical guns, I started to get a bit of blindness with it and started to not realise that there was a difference between them. It just looked like framework, and they are great, don't get me wrong, but it's just not my cup of tea. I like the wood, and I don't know if you've noticed, but I've got a real thing for the real wide grain on wood. I like big, fat, chunky grain on wood. It's my favourite. Anyone tested Coltac scope ponchos? This and that. Coltac scope ponchos. I like the sound of it. Well, I've never tried one. The biggest barrier to getting back into shooting is finding a place to shoot. And as I said earlier on, if you've only just got into this live, how's it going? My name's Adz. But earlier on, I was saying I'm probably going to say 1,000 times how lucky I am, and I am incredibly lucky because when it comes to permissions and places to shoot, I've been very blessed. And it started off with a RAP permission that I had, which was at a quarry that I used to work at, and I can shoot at the quarry because I'm still friends with them, and the RAP permission next door at the stables, and everything grew from there. Then I met Darren at D Range through John at Hawk's ITV, and I know there's a farm in not far from here, Cornwall Pest Management with Matt, and there's also my friend Nick's farm, he's got a bit of woodland on it, so I'm incredibly blessed when it comes to places to shoot, but I am also fully aware of how difficult it must be for other people. I mean, this week alone, just with the rain, I struggled real bad to find places to. I've got so many permissions, but I couldn't go to any of them because it was persisting down. You find it easier to do the hunting or spearfishing? I'm a terrible spearfisherman. It's a running joke because spearfishing is a passion of mine. Spearfishing, I'm passionate about. Any sort of hunting or food gathering for free from the wild, I'm a big fan of. If you've never done spearfishing or looked into it, it's one of the purest forms of food gathering you can think of. And to do it on a breath hold, these people are absolute legends. I can hold my breath quite well, and I can dive, and I can do all the bits, and I can keep up swimming with everyone, but I don't shoot fish. I'm terrible at it. I'm awful. I might as well be. I go spearfishing. I go snorkeling armed. That's the running joke. And for those of you interested, this weekend there is a spearfishing rodeo in Foy in Cornwall, run by my very good friend Matt, and it's I'm going to be going that. I might put a bit of that onto a video at some point, because the spearfishing stuff, I know this is a air gun hunting channel, but I've actually got an air gun I've actually got an air spear gun. So I tell you what I'll do when I use that, it's actually a pneumatic spear gun. So when I do use that, I'll put a little bit of that into a video so you can have a look, and then you can tell me whether or not it's something you'd be interested in seeing more of, because spearfishing's fantastic. But I do, and if there's any spearfishermen watching, I do apologise if this offends them. I prefer the air guns. And I prefer the air guns because of the multi-discipline thing. My brain copes much better with not just being focused on one thing. I've got the HFT, there's the hunting, there's the target shooting, there's the mooching. There's literally so much more to air gun hunting, and there's no risk of getting hit by a killer whale. Hi, Cabba's Peru. It's rather... Yeah, I agree. When they do start to look like when they bought the DRS out, John had a DRS because he was doing a FX DRS. John from Hawk's ITV, he had an FX DRS, and he basically, when he showed it to me, I thought it was some sort of SWAT team stuff, and that was pretty sketchy. I thought, what do you show me here, John? You know what I mean? What is this? Like, are you okay? Do we need to ring anyone? Are you? And it was a DRS air gun, so sometimes they can look a little bit too much like it. Hey, for anyone who don't know, massive love and respect to Joe from Cyclops videos. I absolutely adore that man. Wonderful YouTuber, fantastic editor, fantastic content. Big fan. So how's it going, mate? Good to see you. I'm trying to catch up with the chat here because who in the airgun world do I look up to? Hunter or I don't know many people in the airgun world, but I do have a massive amount of love for Matt Manning. Matt Manning Matt Manning as a journalist in general. I've read a lot of his stuff and I've seen a lot of his input into the airgun world, which sometimes flies under the radar a little bit because you wouldn't realise that it was him. But I've got a lot of love for Matt Manning and his book. I'm not selling it, by the way. Books in general, I find a lot more informative because if you got to sit down and make time to read a book, I find it just works for me. I take the information in a little bit more. Definitely Matt Manning. What else have we got here? Enjoying the content, keep it up, mate. Thank you very much, Prepared Woodman. Like I say, if I've missed anyone, I am really sorry. I'm looking for a permission around my way just to practice on, etc. That is the biggest issue, isn't it, Twisted Zeus? I do feel your pain on that one. DJ Abs, good evening, mate. How's it going? Got to be honest, mate, I'm not a fan of tactical rifle. I prefer the wood. Yeah, Paul, I do agree with you there. I like the wooden ones a little bit better. I like the classic looks to them. The laminates are good as well. I do like the laminates, but like the laminate on the Ultimate Sporter, for instance, it's very gorgeous. Everything's going really fast here, so I do apologise if I miss anyone. It's DFS. I do know that the DRS is, in all iterations, is really good, but I do hear that some people have had issues. So have you had any problems with yours, Mark 1, Chris? Because I have heard that they can spring leaks, and I think a friend of mine, actually, his safety catch fell out. Nice to see you live and yeah, going, my friend. Thank you very much, Skillful DTS. If I do miss anyone, that'd be interesting to see a spear gun fishing. I didn't know it existed. Yes, Andy. If you have a look on my channel and look right at the very start, a few years back, before I started renovating my van on my other channel, this channel was actually a spearfishing channel, believe it or not, and it was called Zero to Spearo. And the whole premise was learning how to spearfish from scratch. But then it got shelved while I was building a van, and so I just decided to post this content on here because of the hunting connotations. There's loads of them, Phil. Yeah, and the kids love it. The kids love shooting. And I'd love to get them into HFT. Actually, my young daughter, she's just turned 12, and she's a hell of a shot, to be fair. My dream gun. That's a good one. Oh, here we go. My dog's come to say hello. My dream gun. I don't really know what my dream gun would be. Come and say hello, then you got to go, look. I don't really know what my dream gun would be. I've always liked the Daystate Revere until I saw the Ultimate Sporter, and then that sort of took over. So, go on, buddy. That's Haggis, by the way. Go on, mate. Good boy. That's Haggis, but he will drink my tea, and he will jump all over everything. So I don't really know what my dream... I don't know what my dream gun would be. It used to be the crate. I really wanted a crate. I shot John's crate at the range, and I genuinely thought, what are these lot talking about? This thing's broke. I took a shot. I took another shot, and genuinely thought that the pellet must have gone somewhere else. And it went through exactly, like nothing but net, exactly the same hole. And the only reason I know that is because very slightly it jogged the edge on the next shot. And I was like, I couldn't believe how accurate it was. So it did used to be that one. But I do believe that, well, I wouldn't really know what my dream gun would be. I'm hoping it's going to be between the Ultimate Sporter and the HW100, but that's in a video coming up soon, so we'll have to see in that one. The HW100 for me, when it comes to a utility piece of equipment, like, I don't think it can, it's faultless. It's in the hands of a enthusiastic novice like myself. It's very forgiving, and it does the job for me, if you know what I mean. As long as I can point in the right direction, it seems to be absolutely brilliant. How's it going, Stan? Loved and carrying 4 years left in free dive. Yeah, oh man, guns. That's the dream. I've got a friend, a good Jamaican friend, and he was talking to me about diving in Oh, I'd love to. I'd absolutely love to. I've just seen pictures of it and oh Jesus. Right, I'm going to try and catch up with this now. Great to see you live, bud. Right, Viking Craftsman, I'm just going to go ahead and say massive, massive respect to you. I really, really do appreciate you've been a massive supporter from the day one, from all over the place. So I hugely appreciate you. And I comment back and say I appreciate you, but I just hope you know that I genuinely do. I appreciate it's been years. You've supported me for years, and I do massively, yeah, huge respect. How's it going, Jamie? I built an air gun range at the back of a local club in Iowa, USA. You messaged me the other day, and I didn't message back because I've been in and out of the house trying really hard. That sounds amazing. I'd love to go to the USA, and I'd love to be able to shoot. Me and Jet were talking about it, like just shooting real guns would be lovely. I mean, I love shooting. I love shooting sub 12. I really do, but I would love to get my hands on something that could shoot 200-300 yards. I don't know if you've heard of Richie Nanks Knives. He shoots a lot of deer. We buy a lot of venison off him, and he shoots far. And I'd love to try that. I'd love to have a go at that. Fieldcraft is important side of hunting to learning how to build hides, etc. if needed. That's exactly what I'm talking about. And that's what I'm doing at the moment, is learning how to do those things. And when I've got the ability and the capability and the camera equipment, at the moment I've got a DJI Osmo. It's a bit delicate, so I can't really take that out with me. I've got GoPros, I just don't trust them. So when I've got the capabilities to be able to go out and film in the field, I'll make more videos about the hunting and about the fieldcraft. I've learned a lot, like I said, from Matt's book, and one of those things was building hides. Excuse me. And let's be honest, as a 44-year-old man, it's making a den, isn't it? It's making a den. You're going out making a den with your mates and then shooting stuff. It's literally that boyhood thing coming back again, and I absolutely love it. There's something magic about it. R10, I love the R10. Crowds, Punch K Walnut, Punch K Pro 5. Yeah, I completely agree. I think the crowd are quite underrated. I do think they're lying, cheating, deceitful people. I think when you buy a crow, definitely get your own paperwork and write up done on it, because they liars is what they are. I bought my crow, and the paperwork looked very legit. It looked like it was handwritten and everything, and it had 11.2 on it, 11.3. I thought, great, and I didn't really think nothing of it. And then I shot rats with it, no problem. Shot a squirrel clean out of a tree. And I shot that squirrel from quite close. It went to pick it up, and it was looking at me very angry. And all I'd done was basically punched it in the face. My dog eats the squirrel, so I shot it point blank, and I took it home, and I had a look, and there was one pellet hole, and it was that one. So I thought that it should have definitely done the job from where I was. And so I chronoed it. That was the first time I chronoed it, and it was 9.2. So yeah, cheers, crow. Not a fan of the laminate. That's fair enough. I do really like the wood. It's just I think that the Ultimate Sporter in the laminate that I've got it in, even in the green laminate, I think it sets it apart. And I think if it was in a straight up wood, actually no, in a straight up wood, it would look really nice. I don't know what I'm talking about. I like the laminate. I don't know now. Now you've got me wanting another stock for my Ultimate Sporter. No, I do like the laminate. I do. It's quite a sort of distinct look. I've noticed somebody posting one on the I think it was in my last video. There was I think it's something UPC _ Norfolk on Instagram. They posted one straight away. I recognised it as an Ultimate Sporter just because of the laminate. Yeah, it was my safety hat that fell off. Where's that? Where's this all gone? I don't know. Right, I'm fast going backwards on this, and I fast don't know where. Right, I'm really far behind on chat here a minute. I'm gonna have to jump. Not found in a minute. El Chain Rash, nice to see you, mate. Mine's been spot on, mate. Although immediately cognitive screwed it. Oh, is that the DRS? Oh, that's fair play. Good on you. Right, mate, you come back? You good boy. You good boy. No worries, Andy. Welcome to Barman and try it. Probably miles away. Cornwall, to be fair. And I've got, I've got, I've got so much. I've got so many rifles that I need to fix at the moment. I'm well behind with it, but I do appreciate it. But the HW100, yes, DJ Abs, I completely agree. The Theoben Sirocco, I haven't seen them, but somebody else mentioned a Theoben the other day. Who was at the Theoben? I can't remember. But yeah, I do like. I've heard very good things about the brand. I'm still new, by the way. Like November was when I started, so I'm still getting to grips with all of the different bits and pieces. From D side, going to lose a couple of minutes. It's your first live. No, this is my first live. So yeah, you haven't really missed much. Hopefully I could do it again. I wanted to test everything and see how it all worked and see whether or not this was going to be something that people was interested in. It was by accident. I didn't think I was going to be able to make a video this week, so I thought it would be a good chance to try this for the first time. But it turns out that I did manage to get a video that's going to be up tomorrow, but I thought I'd try it anyway. I'm having an alright time, to be honest. I just can't keep up with the chat, so I don't want to feel like I'm being ignorant if I've missed anyone out. I do really apologise. FX Impact, M4. That sounds posh. Long shot. Popping things for 300. Fair play. Is that is that FAC then? 25 cal and popping it free. That's got to be FAC. Got my son's own PCP for 6th birthday. You can hit spinners at 50 yards. Yeah. The thing is, I kind of agree with your old son, Phil. I got a thing about you don't have to shoot things far away. That's true. Fuck, it's fun, isn't it? It's fun. I like to try. But yeah, I don't know what it is. My son's just turned 19 and he's got this unholy ability to just do stuff. I gave him a slingshot when we were in the woods the other week, and all I heard was the rubber go, and then a while later I heard the ball bearing hit the target. It was rubbish. So I looked over and he was doing this. So when I told him to pull it back here, he never missed another one after that. I couldn't believe it. I've been trying for weeks to hit stuff with a slingshot, and my son's just going ding, ding, ding. Yeah. So, needless to say, I took it off him. HFT 500. Yeah, I do like the HFT 500, to be fair. It's a hell of a nice looking gun. Yeah, regulated and tuned. 18 foot-pounds. We can only dream over here, mate. 12 foot-pounds, unfortunately. Knitted Bear and Friends. Hello, Andy. How's it going? I was going to say nice to see you as well, but it's nice to be seen, I guess. But how's echoing? You alright there, buddy? You alright chilling? Dog's down here now. I'm good, Lee. How are you? This is going... Yeah, thanks, John. It's an alright chair. I love the chair. But yeah, it's going well, thanks, Lee. I didn't know how well this is going to go. I'm actually having a whale of a time. I'm finding that Crow you give... you do get a hell of a lot for your money. I think that as far as budget rifles go... I think bang for buck, value for money, of all the rifles I own, the Crow is probably the best as a new rifle. But I did get a HW77 for 200 quid, which is an exceptional deal. But it just goes to show, and that wasn't a special deal for me. That was just how much it was. So it goes to show that if you are on a budget, you can get yourself a decent rifle. I know I'm miles behind here. Gamer girl. Yeah, cheers. FX Crown at 30 cal. I'll come over shooting with you one day. That'll be lovely. I've got an idea. A TA Outdoors collab. That'll be cool. There are some things that I want to do. I won't talk about it now, but I do have some ideas going down that road at some point, because I'd like to see. Well, it'd be something people were interested in when I do the hunting stuff. Obviously, the idea of the hunting is for not only pest control. I like the free food element as well. So I was having some ideas about some sort of catch and cook sort of scenarios, because I've got woodland and there's places I can try that. So if it's something you're interested in, let me know, and it's definitely something I'm interested in doing. Oh Jesus Christ, I am way behind. Oh mate, how's it going? Andy X Seaton, that is. Oh mate, how are you? And how's Joe? More to the point? Well, not more to the point. How are you both? How are you both? And how is it up the north? That's, oh man, yeah, it's good to hear from you, buddy. Fat Weasel, I'm sorry to skip past that. I'm just trying to get. I've got all this chat. And Jet, how far behind am I on the chat at the minute? 23 behind. Right, I'm going to have to skim through this a little bit. Grow big, never old. Completely agree, long shot. I agree, Mark 1 Chris. I probably do. I can't remember. Oh, yeah, no, I do agree. Doing well, keep it up. Thanks, Nick. Big fan of Nick, by the way. Cheers, Nick. This is how far behind I am. It's not crowd, that's range right there. Comes underpowered. Yeah, that's right, yeah. It's not funny, John. I'm debating getting a Springer to add to my collection after watching your Springer vids. Definitely do it. And I can't tell you between the TX200 and the HW97. The TX200 for me in 177 is better than my... It shoots better than my HW97 in 2.2. But I prefer my HW97 in 2.2 because I have some sort of spiritual affinity with it. I don't know what it is. I saw it, wanted it, fell in love with it, and I've still got it. But the TX200 in 177 is phenomenal. Crow paperwork with chrono. Yeah, exactly. And I think it's just how it is with Crow. The Reximex Lyra K was doing 9 foot-pounds. Oh, right, okay. That's a shame. Thanks, Bryn. Thanks, Bryn. Constable Bodgerin, you've been really inspiring me to get back in it again. That's part of the point of this. It's hoping that I would love to have over £12 and renew my FAC 12 ball, but I don't have access. I don't have any way of getting an FAC either, and I'd love to get one, but if it makes people want to shoot as well, this whole channel has sort of developed its own thing, and I'm really happy about that. So if it's putting people back behind the rifle, I'm buzzing with that. That's amazing. I hope you do manage to get one soon, mate. An expensive hobby. Yeah, it would. Does it show? Yeah, it's a mission, isn't it? I was actually wearing a hat, right? I actually had my hat on, but I've got a massive ass light there that might as well be the sun, and it was warm. So I had to go and do my hair. But yeah, Hair Joe is definitely the one. Mega chair. Yeah, it is a good chair. Pink laminate for the 8 It would suit the chair, that would, wouldn't it? Shit, where have I gone? Nice to see you live always. Yeah, I appreciate that, DJ. Everybody who does watch my lives, by the way, I do watch my videos. I massively appreciate it. I never expected it to be, and everybody says that when they make YouTube videos, they never expected it. Making videos is part of the thing for me. I love making videos, and on my other channel, I made them with nothing really came of them, but I made them anyway because I enjoyed making them. So I just didn't want to post the hunting or the shooting stuff on that channel because there was nobody on there that was going to enjoy that. So I posted them on here, and it turns out that people really do enjoy it. So I massively appreciate everyone who gets involved in any way. Yeah, I like the live chats. I'm going to do I'll probably do a few more. I'll probably think of more of a sociable day. I don't really know. Thursdays works for me. That's the problem. And I figured I could talk about the video that's going to be up tomorrow on a Thursday if there was nothing else to talk about. The enthusiasm's real, Mark. I'm afraid. I try to rein it in as best as I can. And then it gets away. As soon as something works out, I can't help myself. Yeah. Add 2 more. I love live sessions and you're just killing it. Well done. Thanks, Dean. I appreciate you. Mate, when you're down, I swear we'll meet. Even if it's just for 10 minutes, all I got to swing by, I'll come and say hello. Yeah, I love the MPO2 for ratting as well, DJ Abs. It's brilliant. Reximex presents good value for money. Reximex are awesome value for money from what I've heard. What MV are you using now? Are you getting on with it? MV500 I'm still using, and it's okay. Now they've had MV500 is what I'm using, as well as the Zulus, the Zulus V2. The Zulus V2 absolutely phenomenal, but I'm going to do a video on that one. And since they've done the update, the software update on the MV500 is actually a lot better. So I use that one a little bit out as well. When you're taking the HW, I take the HW100 out hunting 2 or 3 times a week. But as I was saying, I don't make the videos with that yet. As soon as I figure out how to format it, I'll be making those videos. But I use that's basically all I use the HW100 for now. It's phenomenal. I'd like to do a catch and cook, to be honest, Prepared Woodsman. I'm really up for that. First live stream as well. Thanks, mate. Thanks, mate. I love to take all the credit, but Jet used to stream, so she knows what she's doing. No worries, Coxie. No worries. Sorry for sounding. I'm just rattling through. Hi, mate. You're doing a diamond job. Thanks, Dave. I'm gonna meet you as well when you're down, Dave. Come back. It'd be good to see you. Crow Maxi. I have heard about them actually. Make a thing of doing lives. I'm going to treat you to a new chair. I think. What's wrong with the chair? Don't treat me to a new chair. What's wrong with this one? It's still got plenty of. It's got my ass groove in it now. If you get me another chair, I've got to put an ass groove in another chair. This one's got an ass groove in it. We'll just get this one covered or something. This one's fine. Hi mate, your videos are awesome. Cheers from Sweden. Thank you very much. I appreciate you, and I'm glad you like the videos. I'm glad that people like them. To be honest. Is there anyone we could join as a community to share our toys and stories with you, Adz? YouTube. I've got Adz Hunt's page on YouTube. If you Facebook, sorry. If you go over to that and join that, you can share. I mean, there's the community on YouTube. Yeah, the YouTube community page, but it's not. I don't think it's always as active. I don't know how it really works. I've only just started using it, to be honest. So sorry if you're getting bored with all of the influx of me dumping stuff on there. But there's a community page on YouTube, but Adz Hunts on Facebook, the page on there. That one's. Feel free to share anything you like on there and message me on there. Do whatever. Don't stop the enthusiasm. It's contagious. I tried to stop it very early on. One of the only hate comments I got was a guy that said I talk too much. And I needed to calm down or something like. He was quite rude. He's gone now, but and in the next video, I thought, you know what, I'll rein it in, see whether or not it's boring. I couldn't do it. I tried. See, love. Thanks, Mike. I'm going to keep it going. Mike, I ain't seen you in ages, man. I'll give you a shout soon. Community idea is a must. Great idea. If anybody knows how that works, the community thing, because like I said, I've got the Facebook thing. Feel free to join on there. Instagram as well. All the bits and pieces are down hitherto. Yeah. Boss Rat Busters. Good evening, mate. Anytime you want any Boss Rat busting help, let me know. Genuinely, if there was an Airbnb on a food recycling plant, I'd pay to stay there. I think shooting rats is probably one of my favourite things in the world to do. All the rat shooting pages, absolutely love them. It's literally I don't think there's anything better than shooting rats. Have I caught up with the chat now? You're joking. Right. You try FT. I'm actually, Adam. I'm trying FT. I've missed a couple of, but I'm gonna be trying FT. I don't know if Adz is in the chat at the moment, so I do apologise if that was a bit of a spoiler. But I am going to be trying FT. I'm going to stick with HFT for a minute. Going to do a little bit more, and then I'm gonna. Pink Jared loves wood. That's all I saw at the corner of my eye. Then cheers, ruined my flow. But yeah, I am going to be trying FT. Adz will be able to. Adz is going to get me on that course soon. Don't rein it. Yeah, thanks, mate. Thanks, Fat Weasel. To be honest, I'm not going to bother reining it in anymore. It seems to work. Yeah, Mike. Yeah, definitely. The thing is time at the minute, and I keep saying this to everyone. It sounds like a massive excuse, but I've gone from not having anything to do to being flat out all the time. And yeah. Sorry if I'm like reading comments and then just passing them off like I'm ignoring them. I'm genuinely not. I just want to keep up. Cows are away from the farm and little signs of them. Come along sometime. I just love it. I just absolutely had a permission, but they weren't very good people, and they just I can't shoot there anymore. Long and the short, it's got nothing to do with me. Nothing to do with me. It's just out of principle we're not shooting there anymore. But but I loved it. Absolutely loved it. I showed a video just a minute ago of one of the rats that I shot up there. Just dived over and joined your Facebook group. Cheers, Paul. Yeah, the Facebook page has got the same logo. Which way am I pointing? Like that? Oh, there as well. So it's got the same logo. And so I've just seen loads of. I'm not used to this, so I'm trying to like say stuff, and I'm also seeing stuff out the corner of my eye on my on the comments bit. It's just vomiting faces. Recycling sites. I work there. Oh, do you? Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, the Facebook group is the same symbol. So any of my socials have all got the same logo. Questions other people probably don't ever ask. The beautiful part about being my age, coming into something new, is that it sort of it's given people. It's validated a lot of questions that other people wanted to ask that didn't. So I'm happy to admit I don't know anything, and so to be able to ask the basic questions. And there's also a lot of people who are my age who've been doing it since they were 10, for instance, who have forgotten those fundamental bits quite rightly because they needed to make room in their heads for more important stuff like how to shoot well. You know, they had to. So they've forgotten that when you start, there are the real fundamentals that you just forget. That are quite important. So I think that's what's sort of resonated with a lot of people is that I'm going through those stages again, and it's reignited a bit in other people, and they go, do you know what? I remember that, and that's been awesome. The comments that I get have driven the comments and the questions and all the bits and pieces that I get on this channel are what drives it forward, and I genuinely do mean that. Subscription's brilliant. If you subscribe, I massively appreciate it. But there's something about people commenting, and I actually, when I started this, I wrote a whole schedule. It was weeks of it. I wrote, I'm going to do this with my MPO2. Then I'm going to figure that out with my MPO2. Then I'm going to do that with my MPO2. That didn't happen. I literally read the comments and went, do you know what? I'm going to try that next. And do you know what? I'm going to try that next. And that's what has driven all of this. And I absolutely love it. They are grumpy buggers focused forward. That's absolutely true. So thanks, Steve. I appreciate that comment. And yeah, it's that's exactly right. If you're ever in South Wales, you can come and join me in one of my best rap poems. I'd love to. Don't tempt me. I'm going to be in Wales at some point, so I'll bear that in mind. Had a few like that, mate. Yeah. Yeah, it was a shame, but it is what it is. I'll find another rap permission. I think I've got one coming up soon, actually. That should be quite good. Cheers for joining the Facebook group, and feel free to dump anything on there, have conversations on there, show people your rifles on there, do whatever you want to do on there, and yeah. Adam, what if we set up a Facebook group? People join to talk to you personally rather than an open page. It'll be a closed group for people in your community. Ask people, Jet, if you know better than me. I just know that page is there, so I was like, do you want to go? I think I'm doing really well living up in Lynham. Oh, that, yeah. Oh, are you really? Next to Blackpool Gun Club. Blackpool have got an actual really good gun shop as well. Is that the same place? Because they've got a very, very, very good gun shop. If you have a look at their YouTube page, they do walk rounds of the guns that they've got, and I'd love to visit Blackpool gun shop. I can't remember what it's called, but Jet, get a Discord. It would be better. That's definitely Jet's domain. I wouldn't have a clue. I didn't even know how this worked, so. Like that idea, Jet. Perfect idea, Jet. She's full of them. She's got best ideas. Here in South Wales, bunnies are slim in numbers, but rats, plenty of them. Yeah, I just love shooting rats. I don't know what it is. I think it's because they're bad people, so there's no shame in it. Thanks, Wayne. I appreciate that. It's yeah. I don't know what to tell you. I'm having a whale of a time. It's tiring. Doing a video a week, there's part of me that wishes I'd done done one every 2 weeks, but I'm gonna stick to one a week as much as I can because, I just enjoy it. So, Twisted Zeus, I appreciate you joining. Thank you very much, and I'll catch up with you soon. I appreciate you. Enjoy the rest of your evening. It's all your fault that my savings have dwindled. I get this a lot. Bought an HW 97, 95, and 100. Now looking for tuning kits. It's never ending. I had all of those. I actually got rid of my 95, which I did feel bad about, but it went towards some excellent optics, so that was definitely worth it. DJ Abs, nice to see you, and thanks for joining as well. I appreciate you. Take care, mate. Yeah, but the 100, I don't think I'd get rid of the 100. I'm looking forward to testing it against the Ultimate Sporter, though. That should be interesting. I like the videos that give me the same feeling as you get excited. Yeah. I get people mention that as well, and it's I agree about the Springer. There's something more satisfying about shooting a Springer. I think if you put a really well put together PCP in a clamp in front of any children, they'd be able to shoot really well with it, and quite rightly so. And they're still brilliant. Don't get me wrong. I'm not running them down, but when you can shoot when you get a Springer to hit where you ask it to hit, there's something that just gets me. I don't know what it is. I'm from Blackpool as well. Yeah. Is it called Blackpool Gunsmith? Is it just Blackpool Gunsmith? Blackpool Air Guns, that's it. Yeah. Has anyone else had issues with shooting and needing glasses? I don't know about that, but what I do know is that if I've been out on the reason that I was going to get the Hydra, the reason that it became a thing was because I went out on the rats of an evening and I was constantly looking through the bloody night vision, and the next day I had headaches and this eye was slightly darker than the rest of them, so I was burning me retina. So I don't know about long term. I've only been shooting since November, so so I don't know if that, yeah, it could be a thing. I've got a Webley Access set and a Norica Storm. That Norica Storm I like the look of. I do like that Norica. Bryn had a Norica. I don't know if it's a Norica Storm, but he had a Norica, and I was very, very, very close. It was a beautiful looking thing. It was very, very impressive looking. Oh, Christ. Where have I gone? Live. Hi. Hello, mate. How's it going? Hi, mate. Nice with the live. I've been hunting the whole week. No, you haven't missed much. No, it's fine. We've been here. Nice a lot. I've been hunting the whole week and just see you live. I hope I did not miss too much. You haven't missed much, mate. It's just been me gabbing on and talking about my pink chair, mostly. Well, thanks for joining. I appreciate you. Consider the grass ram. I met a guy the other day. Excuse me. I was at a car boot sale the other day, and actually somebody came up and said, "You're that guy off the internet that makes airgun videos." And I said, "I definitely am, yeah, sorry." And then he said to me about gas rams. Maybe it's fated. Maybe gas rams the next one then. Maybe that's just the thing. So yeah, I've considered a gas ram. But I'm going to get some use out of the ones I've got for a minute. And then maybe if anything needs chopping, then I'll look at a gas ram. But yeah, it's definitely something I'm thinking about. Definitely agree with what you're saying about Springer air rifles. Yeah, there's just something about it, isn't there? Where was me dad then? Have I missed something? Oh, good evening. Winging it, unrehearsed and unscripted. Brilliant to watch your subscriber count going up. It is, isn't it? Wouldn't be without it now, by the way. I appreciate you. I hope you're feeling well as well. I hope you're feeling better. I'll give you a shout soon. My Norica Storm X, damn big silence on the front of it. Only place I've ever seen for sale is Pale Packs. I don't know if it was a Storm. I know it was a Norica, and I know that it was an impressive. If Bryn's still in, he'll know. A great job with the TX200 stripping it. There's going to be more bluing on the channel as well. I'm going to be doing more gun bluing because I've got an Anschutz Model 335 and I want to sand it back. I've got a plan for it. It's a big plan that goes with the bushcraft thing we were talking about earlier, and there's something I want to do with it, but I'd like it to look a little bit smarter. But I want to pellet test it and everything first. I haven't tried any Hick Micro stuff ever, but I definitely would love to. You're building, putting it back together, most season shit. Prepared Woodsman, genuinely out of necessity that was. I wanted a TX200 because people had talked about them, and I found one at Avalon Guns, and it was a very good price, but it was a bit beat up. So I figured it was the best opportunity I was going to get to try my hand at it, and it actually worked out a lot better than I thought, so I was really happy that that happened. I would like to try some Hick Micro stuff. Fundage at the moment, rifle giveaway. One day there are plans for rifle giveaways, but I'm not talking about that at the moment because people will be like, you said you were giving away rifles, give me a rifle. But no, there are plans for that sort of stuff down the road, but at the moment I'm just sort of letting things happen organically. I don't want to we talked about it, but then it becomes a little bit. Well, I tell you what happened on my other channel. I spray painted my van with a panel spraying gun, and overnight, I ended up going from 300 subscribers to 1,200 subscribers. And that was great. It was brilliant. But they all came to see me painting a van. And I didn't do that afterwards. So I didn't get the views. Nothing really came of it. So I didn't want this channel to grow anything but organically. I want everybody that's here to be here for the content, not because of a giveaway. But when I do a giveaway, it will be for the subscribers. But it will happen at some point. But on my other channel, it quadrupled overnight because I spray painted a van with a panel sprayer, and then yeah, I thought, oh, this is brilliant. This has really had a positive effect, and it was quite the opposite. It had a very negative effect. So air rifle giveaways, that will happen in the future, but not just yet. Got to go. Keep up the great work. Thank you, my monkey 1973, and yeah, hopefully we'll do more of these then if it's going to work out. I'm quite enjoying myself. Keep up. Nice to see the live. I have to ask though, are you wearing makeup? No, I'm not. Actually, I don't know if I can. I can't do it at the moment. We were looking at it earlier. I don't know if I can. I can't do it while the live's on. But it was really washed out because I've got a huge thing right there with lights on, and it washed me. Everything was the same color as the wall. So we've put a filter on, and as it's getting darker, I think and I'm getting redder cheeked. But no makeup, definitely. I mean, I did think about it when earlier on when it was all completely washed out, but no, it's just literally just a filter. Yeah, and also I think it's getting warm in here as well. Making sure I'm dressed appropriately. It's getting bloody warm in here, to be fair. This huge light. I've got this huge studio light from Adz streaming days, and it's really odd doing anything because everything's backwards on the screen as well. So sorry about the haircut, everyone. Need to get one, but what was I doing? Oh yeah. I was a very young lad when I did that, and yeah, it did hurt like crazy. The second time was even worse, and it's done all right, to be fair. It came out a lot the first time, but I wouldn't recommend it, to be honest. He's got a very warm light facing him. I have got a very warm light facing me. It's actually a lot warmer than I figured. That's not bad. 379. Yeah, all right. Get on. That's not bad. I know what you mean about the sore eye problem. Can you connect your scope with your phone via input Wi-Fi? Somebody else mentioned that with the Zulus. There's actually a toggle button that can turn the power right the way down. But it's kind of why I wanted a spotter. That was why I wanted the Hydra in the first place. Was because having a spotter, you could first of all you can use your other eyeball and spot where it is, and then just only be on it for that. So I think a spotter's not invaluable. You can do without it, but I think a spotter's definitely something I'm going to be looking at. And you can do the Zulus on your phone. It can connect, which is a bonus as well. One of the things I will say is on the NV500, having to change everything. I couldn't stand it. But you can actually change all of the settings on your Zulus on your phone and send them directly to the phone. Absolutely brilliant. Nothing's been made worse in this day and age by putting Bluetooth in it. It's brilliant. Yeah, oh yeah, so yeah, I would like to use it as one. Just picked up my 97 from the nice 2-tone Cerakote. I'd like to have a look at that. Post that on the Facebook page. I've got interest in Cerakoting on rifles because I think it can look terrible or really, really good. I was looking into it when I was bluing because I thought about Cerakoting instead, and I thought I'll make it look awful. It'd look awful if I did it, but yeah. All right, Craig, how's it going? Everyone, Craig, you all know Craig. He gave me the S410. Hell of a guy. Good one. Enjoyed Dad Taxi. Watching video tomorrow. I appreciate you, Guns. Thank you very much. And the video tomorrow is a very different one. It's literally, a few people suggested it. They said, why don't you just do a video with your kit? And I thought, well, I can do that in the rain. So it's literally just me getting all my kit out and having a look through what guns I've got. I don't talk about scopes very much in there, though, and that's on purpose, but I'll explain that at another time. Bisley Magnum. I think I tried the Bisley Magnum, but I haven't tried them in the air-ons, actually. I will definitely have a look at that. But thanks for joining us, Guns. I'll catch up with you soon. You ever tried a .20? I have a fear being... I haven't. I've never tried anything but 177 or .22. And I've had the shots on a .25, which was cool, but never a .20. Definitely impressed with you. Thank you very much. I appreciate you, John. Yeah. Theobald Evolution. Yeah, that sounds cool. Join your first live. Please try and make it regular if you've got time. Yeah, I think it would be good to make it regular. I'd like to be able to. And thanks. Yeah, I appreciate you saying that about the content as well. I genuinely didn't think it was going to be, and everybody says it, but I genuinely didn't think it would be something that people would latch onto watching some overexcitable slightly chubby older bloke figuring out how to shoot air rifles. But playing, I've been playing with heat fluid. Yeah, that's what I did, and I genuinely I didn't. I was very happy with how it turned out. I know how to do it now, or I've got an idea of how to do it now. So when hopefully I can do a few more, because I'd like to hone that skill a little bit more. To be fair, hot bluing was awesome. Would you test subscribers' air rifles to see what you can do with them compared to your stuff? Would like to see what. It's a very interesting question, focused forward. A lot of people do offer to send me rifles to test, and it would be great to be able to do that. The issue that I've got is time, and let me just open a window a minute because it's bloody hot in here. 2 seconds. I'll let the dog out as well. You going, mate? You what as well, are you? Go on then. Off you pop. Yeah, the issue that I've got there is time. At the moment, I've got so many other bits and pieces. And if you're not new to the channel, you'll know that my content is literally very sporadic. Depending on weather and depending on what I'm doing, I literally wake up in the morning and go, do you know what, I'm going to do that today. And I go and do it. That's why the content is the way that it is, if that makes sense. So, yeah, I would love to test people's guns. Maybe that, hopefully this channel can keep going and we could do more stuff in the future. And that would be something I would like to consider doing. I'd also like to do a thing in the future whereby I travel around and go to other people's ranges and shoot with other people. That'd be something I'd be interested in doing as well. It definitely is Shay F61. I just find using a normal optic if you've been shooting too long and my vision starts to blur. That's fair enough, yeah, I get that. You couldn't think of anyone more deserving for the S410. It's a bloody good gun. I love it. Absolutely love it. It's very simple and it's very effective. I want to use it a little bit more, well, Shay knows it inside out, but I want to use it a little bit more out in the field at some point. That's my next plan. Check out how watchmakers do it. Oh yeah, what, the blue in? Oh, that sounds, watchmakers blue. Oh yeah, that sounds crazy. Thank you very much, Jerry. I appreciate you. What do you mean, Mark 1 Chris? It would be epic. With what, going around other people? That's something I definitely considered in the future. Hot blue affects the temper of the metal, doesn't it? That's safe for the barrels. It can do if you get them to certain temperatures, like red hot and stuff like that. When they stop being magnetized, when it comes to metallurgy, if you heat a piece of metal up to the point where it's no longer magnetic, it's altered at that point. I do believe that if something like 140 degrees is what they need to be heated up, so it's only really, I don't know that it can affect the temper, definitely, and you heat up metal in any way and it can affect the temper. So it's keeping that, you know, erring on the side of caution, if you know what I mean. Come on, leaps and bounds. What would you say has been the most beneficial lesson? My boast. There we go. Blade Fiddler. There we go. Right. So having watched your shooting come on leaps and bounds pretty quick, what would you say has been the most beneficial lesson or biggest hurdle? I think the biggest hurdle has been the weather. The biggest time and weather has been my biggest hurdles. But I think my most beneficial lesson was learning the trigger control, was learning how to calm down. And that's true of both disciplines with air rifles and with spearfishing. It's always been about getting overwrought for me, getting a little bit excited. But when you calm stuff down, as Adam Cole will tell you, you calm it all down, you think about it, you breathe properly, and that's been the most beneficial thing that I could have learned. And it was the same in spearfishing, learning how to control your breathing, keep everything calm, everything goes a lot more smoothly. So that, I would say, that's a good question. I like that one. My biggest hurdle is probably patience as well. So it's a personal hurdle. Patience is a big problem for me. Things go too quickly for me. I move things on too fast sometimes. I want things to happen straight away, and learning that you have to take your time with them, that's probably one of my biggest hurdles. So I find keeping my open house. I've actually shot with both, but my old boss at the quarry, he said that he shoots with both eyes open, and when my eye starts getting stressed out, I genuinely do that. I do keep one eye open, and it has worked a couple of times, but I find shutting it. But yeah, so yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Oh, mate, I'd love to, Phil. Yeah, that would be great. I'd love to come to Blackpool. I'd love to go to the Blackpool gun shop. I watch them on YouTube quite a bit, and it looks incredible. Have I missed anyone's comments here? You got to do another one of these, mate. Stay safe. Keep doing what you're doing. We have a spearfishing video in the summer. Yeti, yes, you can. If people want spearfishing videos, I'm more than happy to do them. And when I do go spearfishing, which is few and far between these days because of time constraints, but when I do go spearfishing, I'm hoping to put bits of it in to the videos that I'm making in general. So yeah, definitely, I'd love to do spearfishing videos. And there's going to be a spearfishing event this weekend, so if I get in the water, I'll try and get some footage. If you've never been underwater, in sort of held your breath and had a look, it's a magical place. Underwater is, honestly, it's a different vibe. I absolutely love it. We could do a shopping video next year when I come to get a new. Yes, Craig. Have you thought about what you're having yet? Hot blue affects the temper of the metal, doesn't it? Oh, I've already read that one. I've caught up with chat. Oh my days, I was getting dizzy and everything then. Trying to figure stuff out. Do you like my cup, by the way? Stole that. I don't know. Right, I don't know about touching scopes because I don't really know how YouTube feels about it. So when I get close to finishing, I'll Radio Ray. When I get close to finishing the live, I'll pick a few up and see whether or not they allow it. But I know they shut lives down as soon as you go for it or anything. The S181, I think it was, the Falcon scope, I absolutely adore that scope. If I could get one for everything, I genuinely would. For me, it's just brilliant to look for. And it's quite... I don't know if they've done it on purpose, but the reticle, I've got the reticle set at the moment. I don't know if it's a setting. I don't know if I've done something wrong or if it's broken. But when I look through the reticle, if my head isn't in exactly the right place, the reticle itself gets... the parallax, it turns... It fuzzes out the reticle itself. So I have to have my head in exactly the right place. Other scopes, the reticle stays solid. You could be in the wrong place, but the reticle stays solid. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's meant to be like that. But that Falcon one, if your head is slightly off that way or slightly off that way, if you're not bang on it, that disappears. It goes fuzzy. And that's been invaluable to me. This has been so good because it's kept my head in exactly the right place and it's made me so much more accurate. That Falcon scope is brilliant. Good. I'm glad you got some ideas, Craig. A great live and attentive creator. Coxey's Wood Bodgerin, I massively appreciate you. Thank you very much for joining, and hopefully you join us in future ones as well, because I'm having a good time. I'm enjoying this. Future plans for HFT in the future. I'd like to get better at it. Beat Adam Cole on at least one round instead of just one peg. And I would like to. I'd like to do a competition one day. I don't necessarily want to start competing long term. I don't want it to be like an all the time ongoing thing. It's not nothing I want to take up to that extent. But yeah. So I don't want to risk it. Oh no, sorry, I was reading another one. Yeah, I don't want to take it up to that extent. Sorry, I was reading two questions. This is why I need to concentrate on one thing at a time. So my plans for HFT in the future are to definitely get better at it, compete at least once, and see how well I could do against everyone. And yeah, and then try FT, and then try bench rest, and then go hunting, and then do it all again. Oh, kicked it. Everything all right? Everyone okay? Good. They shut down Airgun Web because Rich touched. Yeah, that's exactly right. And I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 scopes here. Some of them are old, and I'd love to be able to show you them. They came with, if you've been watching the channel for a while, I was really lucky to get loads of air rifles in a house clearance, and I was so jammy to get that. And with that came a load of scopes, and there was and they're really old, some really old scopes, and they work. They're pretty cool. So it would have been nice to be able to talk about them, but I don't want to risk it. Like you're saying, they'll shut the live down, and then I have to wait, and they probably won't post my video tomorrow because YouTube can be a bit funny. I actually get demonetized on some of my videos where I'm at the range, and then other videos where people are shooting rats get monetized. YouTube's very weird about the monetization system. I don't take it for granted that I'm going to get monetized on any video now. I just post it, and if they demonetize it, they do. It's just, there's no point stressing about it. But I don't want to get this shut down. Andy Grant, thank you very much, Grampy. Sleep well. I appreciate you joining me, mate. It's my first live, so I hope it's gone all right. I'm glad. I'm having an all right time, to be fair. I even put a backdrop up, look, because it was just wall. It's just boring. Look at that. So I just put a backdrop up. I've actually got a flag, but it's in the car. I've got an Adz Hunts flag, and that was, so yeah. But anyone who's joined the live, anyone who's been a part of the channel, you know, I'm not going to get too gushy about it, but it's a big deal for me. It's a huge thing. There's a lot going on in personal life that I won't go into, but this whole shooting thing, this whole world, this whole community, this whole experience has been a massive distraction from a lot of pretty heavy stuff at times. So massively appreciate everyone for making it possible, and I wouldn't have the guns I've got if it wasn't for this channel. And it does, the video that's coming out tomorrow, anyone who's in this chat who watches that video tomorrow, please don't judge me like I'm flexing. It's not that. There wasn't a video, there wasn't going to be a video this week, and someone suggested just going out with my kit, and I've actually got way more kit than somebody in my position should have. But yeah, it wouldn't be possible without this anyway. That's all I'm saying. I've had a decent budget scopes from Hawk. Definitely love Hawk. I've got a Wolf as well. I can't remember what it's called. It's right there, but I don't want to touch it. Dodgy mounts. Yeah, I've only just recently realised that mounts make a big difference. I thought if it held on, it was fine, but actually, you know, you can get pretty crap mounts, which is pretty cool, which is pretty rubbish. So I'm looking into, I've got some sports match risers, and they're actually really, yeah, so I'm going to probably look down that road, I think, for a few of mine. Daisy 880 power line, wanted one for years. Oh, nice. Let's put up a video of it. Quick preview for the review. Oh, nice, ideal. I don't know the gun, but it sounds great. Daisy 880 power line. I get a real buzz off people getting older rifles and stuff that they've been looking for. It just, I don't know what it is. I think it's brilliant. Keep up the good. Let's make you soon. Prepared Woodsman, thank you very much. I appreciate you. You're doing what you're doing. It's good to keep. Oh, thank you very much, Phil. Yeah, yeah. Thank you I appreciate you. Rubicon coated lenses and duplex reticle. Don't know what I've been shooting since November. I got no idea what that means. I'll have to find out, but it sounds good. I like Rubicon. I thought all I know of Rubicon is it's a drink. So that's something I've got to look into. That was the wrong. This is weird. It's that side. Jesus, man, I'm looking sweaty here. Mate, too much kit isn't a thing. Thank you, Paul. See, Jet, too much kit isn't a thing. It's not a thing. Paul said. Just saying. I just got done driving. Glad this came to fruition. Yeah, thanks, man. Oh, so am I. It was a bit like, yeah, I'm glad I did. Really glad I did it. West Hunter mounts, nice bit of kit, CNC for the money. All right, cool. Definitely worth. Oh, that's, yeah. I think you've mentioned them before, actually. Too much kit is like leftover bacon. It doesn't exist. Too many guns is like leftover bacon. It's not a thing. That should be on a t-shirt. I quite like that. It's an old multi-pump pneumatic. Oh, nice. 8 pound of power. 8 foot. Oh, nice. Get on. Thank you very much, Jerry. I appreciate that. Long may it continue as well. I'm hoping to keep it going for a bit longer. Boss Rat Busters. Talking about 8 foot-pound rifles, that Anschutz that I've got is a 3 point. It's the Model 335. When I first got it and I chronoed it, being the ignorant, you know, I'm new to all of this. I didn't know that it was 9 foot-pound when I tested it, and it was 9 foot-pound chronoing, and I thought that there was a problem with it. So I've literally put it to one side, and I was thinking there was going to be some internals that needed doing. But actually, it's consistently 9 foot-pound, and it turns out it's supposed to be. I didn't know that. That's how green I am with all of this. It was actually made to be 9 foot-pound. So I've had it out a few times, and it's bloody good. It's a wicked little rifle. So I am hoping to feature that on the channel a little bit. But when you mentioned the 8 foot-pounds, yeah, this one's 9, and it's bloody brilliant. Good morning from New Zealand. Good morning, Wayne. It's 8:45 here, so I hope you have a good day. Just joined after work. I love your channel. Thanks, Wayne. I appreciate that. Thank you very much. I do appreciate you. You did what you did, Craig. Yeah. 17 Virock. Never too many. I agree. I'm a big fan of Virock, but I have to be honest. My head's been turned a little bit by the air arms. I don't know what it is. It's just phenomenal. Tried the Vector Optics Continental. I've never tried. I've tried the Falcon. I've got some Hawks. I've got the Wolf, and I've got a couple AccuShot. Is it? And an AGS as well. I've got an AGS one. A couple AGS ones, but I've never really tried any other than that. To be honest, older rifles never power the state range. Oh, right, yeah. But this one, it's 9 foot-pound, and I've got to find the right pellets for it because I don't think I found the right pellets. So I'm going to do a video pellet test in that one soon. But yes, it's bloody good. 9 foot-pound. Who would have guessed it? Loving the channel and the journey. Just picked up myself an 8. Yeah, perfect. The TX200 is great. And Adam Cole said when I shot his at Dutch Shooting Association, and I was new to shooting. I was new to shooting air rifles. I was not really shot that many Springers, and it was good, and I enjoyed it. But he said to me, yeah, you can't do better than a TX200. Then I got the 97 and the 77, and I was like, yeah, I think you can. I think these are better. And now that right, this is going to be controversial, but I'm just going to say it. The TX200 in .22, I didn't enjoy shooting that as much, and I didn't think it was as good as the HW77 in 22. But then my HW77 was a full-length rifle, so I have to give that. But the TX200 in 177 is phenomenal. And I mentioned in my video tomorrow about it, but I won't say anything yet, but I talk about it in my video tomorrow. Airgun Hunters TV on YouTube. Don't know if you've ever seen it before. Airgun Hunters TV. I think I have. I watch a lot of airgun content. I love other airgun channels. I do anybody who hasn't heard of him, please go and check out Martin on Air, because it's a new channel and he was just jumping in, and he's such a cool guy, and then he got really sick and I felt really bad because his videos are great. I'm a big fan of editing. I'm not very good at it. I'm getting used to it, and I'm sort of learning a few tricks here and there, but Martin's he's just such a cool guy. So if you're watching, Martin, fair play to you. He's not, I don't think, but no, I probably have seen Airgun Hunters TV on YouTube. To be honest, I watch dozens of them every day. Mostly review channels. I got to be honest. I love review channels. Yeah, I'm running a couple of vector. Yeah, I've heard a lot about Vector Optics. I'm taking whatever comes my way at the moment, and whatever I could pick up second hand at a decent price. So if Vector Optics ever came my way second hand at a decent price, I actually got sent from one of my subscribers today. He sent me some night vision, which was great, but what he sent with it was an Optizan. I can't remember what brand it was. I don't want to touch it because it's right there, but it was an Optizan, and it's got the Christmas tree reticle in it. It's bloody. I can't wait to try that out. I mean, the night vision was fantastic. Don't get me wrong. It was a really, really sort of generous gift. But that Optizan, I even looked at buying one of them. So that's another brand that I haven't used yet, but I'm looking forward to. Yeah, the TDR. I do like the look of them. I'd never heard of a TDR till you mentioned it, to be honest, Craig. But yeah, I do like the look of those. They do look quite cool. We also need HW30. I've got an HW57, but the internals on it are shot. When you cock it, it sort of, there's a crack when you cock it, and it's the internals. It's not in the best of shape. So when I've got more money and more time, I'll be looking at that. But as it stands at the moment, yeah, I have heard good things about the 30. 7 foot-pounds, brilliant. Yeah, and I've heard that, like, even for the kids. I mean, John Hawke actually did one. I think he did a 30 on his channel. I think he reviewed one, and he said that if he had room, he'd be keeping it because of how good it was. Yeah, I do like those 120th editions. Yeah, I'm a sucker for that though. I'd be all over that. We got the TX and 18 foot-pounds. Come on. Tuned to 11.9 foot-pounds, make it 18 foot-pound. The thing is, that's what they're built for, isn't it? That's the issue with those sorts of guns. I've got the Diana Model 52, which again needs a lot of internals doing on it, and massive side lever on it. I couldn't figure out why it was such an overkill until I watched a load of videos, and they're actually supposed to be sort of for your market, aren't they? They're supposed to be, like Dark Horse Garage is saying, they're supposed to be sort of the 18 foot-pound range, which is why they're so, because they're a big old meaty rifle. And it sounds really odd for all the rifles that I've got. The Diana Model 52, I'd love more than anything to fire that in 18 foot-pound, because I think it lends itself to being that kind of hefty cannon-sized thing. He's great. You're great. How's it going, Jordan? What did you get in the end? Let me know. Let me know what you got. Does that light scope still burn your eyes out? The Zulus doesn't, because I figured out how to turn it down. And the NV500, I'm hoping to get a spotter for it, but I just look through it a lot less. I try to look through it a lot less. But yeah, if I look through it too much, it does. Old guns are the best. You want my crow, mate? You're welcome to borrow it, but you're not keeping it. But honestly, give me a shout, Jordan. You're welcome to borrow it. You can borrow it for as long as you need to borrow it for. And then if it convinces you to get one, then you're more than welcome to bring it back and get your own. But no, I'm joking. You are welcome to borrow it though. Just give me a shout. Air Arms 17 Ultimate Sporter loves FX heavy pellets. I didn't try the FX heavies actually in it. No, I did try the FX heavies. I don't think I tried. I can't remember now because I settled on the Air Arms Diablos, but yeah. Nothing yet. Fly, mate. The Hawks. Oh, mate. Honestly, fair play to you. Fair play. Jordan's a pest controller, by the way, for everyone, and he's flying the Hawks, man. Fair play. Do you still do that at Argyle? Because I'd love to come down and see that. Big thing for the Hawks. He's on about actual Hawks, not Hawk scopes as well. So yeah, big fan of that. Diana 48 is a real monster. Can't control it. My shoot spring is in competition. I just love the idea of something, just a full like bang from a Springer. I don't know what it is. There's something. It just sounds very satisfying. Sounds like it could be good. Oh, everything's going off here. Yeah. I've got no idea to look at what's going on here. What am I looking at? I'm trying to look at something here. Oh yeah, that's what I was going to do. I was going to have two Optizan scopes. They're great. The Viper and the Taipan. Oh, right, okay. Taipan. When you did the range card chat was so, the range card chat, it just says range card chat was so and stops. So you're either going to say it was so boring, or you're going to say it was so good. The range card thing. When Adam Cole said about doing a range card, I thought it was just due diligence. I thought it was just something that we'd have to go and do. But actually, phenomenal. I'll be doing range cards for everything. As soon as one of the reasons I don't talk about scopes much in the video tomorrow is because I move scopes around on rifles all the time. I find that certain scopes work better on certain rifles. So I haven't settled on scopes for rifles. I think the Falcon's going to be staying on the Ultimate Sporter. But the range card is, I mean, if you saw the HFT, the second round of HFT, it made, they're brilliant. A range card it's just brilliant. How's it going, Marvin? Yeah, man, definitely will. I'll give you a message soon. Yeah, man, definitely. You're more, like I said, Jordan, you're definitely more than welcome to borrow it, my friend. Of course you are, 100%. Cheeks are looking a bit red. Yeah, man, I know. I've got the window open as well. It's this bloody sun. I've got this. I can't show you, but it's a light this big. It's Jet's old streaming light from when she used to do gaming streaming. It's humongous. It's cooking me. But yeah, Adam's got a hot studio lamp face. Yeah, hence the red face. I was going to show you this as well. So what I've got here is a. I was going to show you the Hydra cows. This is the reason that I wanted to have the. Oh, that's the wrong one. Let's turn that one off. So this is the.
Right. I've got to record that.
Hydra. I prefer spotting through one of these. It just made a hell of a difference.
Right, so you can hear me on both things now. And what I'll do is I'll record here, and I will also
saved my eyes and stopped me having the headaches. It was worth having the spotter. I was going to mention that earlier when people were talking about burning my eyeball out, and that's one of the reasons I'm going to get a spotter again, I think. Favorite chrono. Okay, I'll talk about that in the video tomorrow, but the FX works on 2.2. It's easy and convenient, but I'm working with I bought it months ago, to be fair, a Nate Croney, and this guy's he's a funny guy. The guy from Nate Croney is an absolute legend. It's very involved, so I'm sort of getting my head around it a little bit at the moment, but so I can't really say that it's going to be that one. I know it is, because I like what it's doing already. I'm a big fan of it. So the Nate Croney, I'm a huge fan of, but the older one that you get, it's like this big. If you haven't seen the video where I shot Darren's, I actually shot Darren's in one of the, that was so good. It was such a good thing. Forgot to say hello to Jet. How rude of me. Marvin P. Nate, it's so good, but I've got the one that it tells everything. It gives all the information. So if you pull the shot, it tells you. If you move the rifle, it's got some sort of gyro in it that when you pull the trigger, it measures the movement of the gun as well, so it can tell if you've pulled that shot. I mean, there's so much more to do. There's so much. There's so much more about that Croney that I haven't investigated yet. So I definitely think it's definitely something I'm gonna get into. Again, focus forward. It's something I talk about in tomorrow's video. I talk about kit in tomorrow's video, and it's not my usual video, so I do apologise to anyone who's expecting. I couldn't get out shoot. Well, I got out shooting. It just didn't work this week. So I've done a video tomorrow. It's due out tomorrow, and it's just about my kit and the bits and pieces that I've got. It's in that video I mention chronographs, but I don't like to talk too much about it in videos like that, because I'm a beginner. I don't want to say health and safety information, if that makes sense. I can talk about stuff from my perspective, and I can say that you need to get a chronograph, it needs to stay below 12. But I've had in the past, I've thought to myself, well, it's 12.7, 11.7. That's fine. It's 11.7. And then people have pointed out to me that that's with an 8.44 pellet, you know, because so I'm still learning myself, and I don't like to give health and safety advice about it. But I do say in the video tomorrow about get a Croney, or get a chronograph, or get access to a chronograph, if that makes sense, because it's incredibly important. Was so well explained. I shot the best Saturday, and I've done the range. No, that's all right, Wayne. It's going to go one way or the other, won't it? But yeah, it's changed everything. Making a range card's changed absolutely everything. I think the thing that I love about your channel is the way that you remind me how much fun this can be. That's the point, though, isn't it? And that's what I love about this, is that people were telling me, I forgot that it was, you know, I remember feeling that buzz, and I remember getting that excited, and that's a big buzz for me. It's very validating. It's very validating. Andy and Joe said hi. Have you read that one? I think she was just sorting some bits and pieces out there. I'm glad you said well explained as well, because I've got my whiteboard in behind here. And it, literally, I was looking around for a whiteboard, I couldn't find one. So I went to the range and bought an old picture and just ripped the picture out and just used the glass. So I did my best to explain it, but it was, yeah, definitely worth doing one of those. Talk about shooting sticks in the thing tomorrow as well. Do you want a spoiler alert on that one? Mark 1 Chris. Shooting sticks are great. I think they're fantastic. Craig actually gave me a monopod, which has been brilliant. It's quite handy if you're mooching about, if you're going for a proper walkabout. I don't like to give, like I said, I can only give my opinion on things. And my opinion on shooting sticks is the Primos trigger stick is probably the most over expensive thing that I've ever seen ever. I've got one and I love it, don't get me wrong, but my mate's also got the 90 quid one or the 87 quid one, and it's the same. I mean, the Primos feels a little bit chunkier, but it's MTC Mamba. That's the one. That's the one I've got, this Optizan here. So is that, honestly, it was great to look for. And one of my subscribers sent me that, and I'm absolutely, Mick, I appreciate you. And yeah, absolutely love it. Yeah, go on, then I get it, the spoiler alert. Yeah, shooting sticks are brilliant, absolutely brilliant. And, but I just think, using both of them alongside each other, I guess the Primus feels a little bit more substantial and is probably a little bit more refined on the... But for half the price, you can get something that does exactly the same thing. And I just sort of use my Primus trigger sticks now, and I do love them. Don't get me wrong. I'm not taking anything away like that. But they don't need to be 170 quid or whatever they are. They don't need to be that. FWB 124 and 127, I guarantee you fall in love with it. Okay. Oh, fine work, bro. Yeah. See, I'm slowly learning. People forget I've only been in this since November, but FWB, fine work, bro. Yeah, I've heard really good things about them rifles. I'll definitely keep my eye out for. 80s rifles seem to be phenomenal. I don't know if you saw my my old 1980s 95 that I borrowed off my mate Matt's dad versus my 95 from now. The 80s one, I think it was 80s or was it early 90s, whichever it was, but it was an older rifle and it was bloody good. It was phenomenal. Why not, Mark 1 Chris? Do you know what? It's I really don't get I just really couldn't get me head. They are great. I do love the Primos trigger stick. Now that I've got one, I love it. But would I buy it if it broke? Would I buy another one? No, I definitely wouldn't. HW57 damages pellets. I've heard it's the only. Excuse me. It's the only Viroc that I've heard of with bad press. The HW57. I've heard like you either get a good one or it's diabolical. There was a guy, I can't remember his name. Bless him. And I didn't mean that to sound as condescending as it did, but he took his 57 to the range and it practically blew up in his hand. He had his hand too close to the port where you load the pellet and it fired out and he dropped it. And I can't remember his name, but he's got a really good channel, very informative channel. Thanks, Roger G. I appreciate you. And I'm looking forward to the next one already, actually, as well. I'm going to bring probably stock up with some supplies because I'm all like, do I go and get a drink or if I walk off everyone's going to leave? But probably keeping you all for too long anyway. I was trying to think of sort of a subject or some route to go down, and it was so I'm glad that everybody else has carried the chat today because I'd have been useless at it, to be honest. 98 minutes of answering questions. Do you need a cuppa? I need a glass of water. Can you just give me 2 seconds to get some water a sec? Something in me throat here. Oh. Sorry about that. 98 minutes. Has it been that already? Jesus. There we go. I should have took the opportunity to brush my hair as well, shouldn't I? all the creatures of the night are flying in through. I've opened the windows because it's hot in here, and all the creatures of the night are flying in. They're flocking into this Bahamas level sunshine that I've got going on. Mini fridge for the next one. I'd love to. I'll see if I can get. If the channel gets bigger, maybe I'll get sponsored by someone and they can send me drinks like Rubicon. If you like old rifles, do you know what? Fearbin keeps coming up. I'm not gonna lie. There's a moth. He's come into play. There's gonna be a moth flapping around on the screen any second now. I can guarantee it. Fearbin keeps coming up. I definitely have to keep my ear to the ground on that. In the US, we have a different HFT setup. We sit on a stool and use sticks. That's an interesting thing that you said there, right? So, I'm good, Occam's Razor. Thank you very much. One of the ideas that me and Adam were throwing around at the range last time was Adam always shoots prone, and he's very good at it. But we were thinking that you can shoot prone off the knee, standing up, or what's the other one? Prone off the knee, standing up, or sat down. So we were gonna mark up some ping pong balls with like different positions to sit in, and then pick each other's next one. So basically, haha, now you got to stand up now and have a competition like that, because I think that would be quite funny, because it will throw him off his game a little bit, I think, and it'll be good. I think it'll be interesting. He's a very competitive man, is our Adam. He likes to get it right. Love your content, mate. Willow Creek is... Oh, Willow Creek, that's Sauron. Do I know Sauron yet then? Love your content. Willow Creek is getting better and better. Me and my old man just became members up there. Love to plink up tigers with you someday. I'd love to, because I'm pretty sure Willow Creek, that's where Martin on Air goes, isn't it? That's where Martin's, that's the range that he's at. I'd love to. I've watched that grow from pallets on the floor, and just to see it go from pallets on the floor and people just shooting down, it's phenomenal. So that's definitely somewhere that I would love to get to. It's up to north to Willow Creek. Yeah, I like the sound of that. I'm up for it. Off now, Adz. Thank you very much for joining me, Wayne. I appreciate it, and hopefully I'll see you in the next one. Hopefully this is something we do again, because I'm having a great time, to be honest. It's bloody hard work trying to read a lot and not pass out from the heat, but I might look at a different light. Do you know what? I don't reckon this is a filter. I think I'm actually getting a suntan. I'm getting suntan from this bloody light here. My thoughts on the Man Billy tripod, again, phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal. I can't knock the Man Billy tripod, and I just can't. It's and Man Billy in general, I think are brilliant. People, Cornwall, that's how far south, but I think people think that when you get sent I like being sent products, don't get me wrong, and people offer to send products quite a lot, but if they ask too much in return, it doesn't fit my channel very well. So I tend to just sort of say no. I mean, if it's something I'm going to use and something that I definitely want, then I'll agree to it. Why wouldn't you? You know, you'd be daft not to be honest. If you do YouTube for many, many reasons, and one of them is to get sent stuff. Everybody does. I'm not ashamed to admit it. But when Man really got in touch, they didn't even want like a full video. They just said, we'll send you this carbon fibre tripod with a ball head on it, with a clamp. Would you be interested? And I said, well, what do you want in return? And they said, if you use it, just mention it, and we'll give you a discount code. I mean, I said, yeah. And it's phenomenal. It's bloody brilliant. So, yeah, I'm a big fan of Man Billy. And, yeah, and I use that over the Primos trigger sticks all day long. The thing is with the Primos trigger sticks is I can use those with the springers because I put my hand there a lot easier. Like I've got like I said, I've got the mount, the clamp, but it holds everything rock solid on that Man Billy tripod. How far south are you? Yeah, Cornwall. That's the one, fella. Yeah, Willow Creek, man. Or Sauron. Yeah, Willow Creek. I think in the future that's definitely going to be something that happens. I'd like to meet Martin from Martin on Air properly. I'd like to have a proper shoot with him. He seems like a really cool guy. So I've got daddy long legs, moths and everything in here. It's this sunshine. Have you thought of trying some trick shots? Blow a candle out for a hole in a lifesaver? if I could shoot through a polo, that would be it. I'd be done, wouldn't I? That's good. I watched a guy with a catapult shoot a catapult through a polo. I was like, how do you do? Trick shots is something I'll look at in the future, definitely. It sounds like a cop out, and it might sound a bit cheesy, but everything that you see on my channel is genuinely happening as it's happening. Like, if I'm trying to figure something out, I genuinely am trying to figure it out. And if I'm trying to learn something new, I genuinely am. And so trick shots at the moment would be something that I would like to do it, yeah, 100%. But when I've got time to go out and shoot, and when I've got time to make a video, it tends to be something that I'm trying to get to the bottom of, or like compare a rifle or pellet test something. Or come on, mate, I haven't even got any spiders to feed that one to. Wish someone would come up with sub 12 slugs. Somebody else has said that as well. I've not heard good thing about slugs, to be honest, and I've not anything I've gotten into. My friends shoot .25 and they shoot slugs and they love them, but I don't know. An LED ring light. Oh, this one's not hot, I don't think. It's just intense, man. Oh yeah. That's a chrono story for you, if ever I've heard one. So Adam Cole's picked up a S400 from he found one for sale, got it at a really good price, and he picked it up, and just happened to chrono it, and it was massively in the danger zone. I don't want to incriminate anyone, but it was, when he took it back, it was massively in the danger zone. He had to strip it instantly. As soon as he got it, he's like, well, I need to take it apart because it was over. And that's why you need to chrono stuff. The guy who bought it off didn't sell it to him in anything but good conscience. So he'd been firing it like that and just didn't have a clue. So that shows why. I forgot to mention that in that video tomorrow. I should have mentioned that, because that's a very good case in point as to why you need them. So yeah, that's definitely a good anecdote for why you need to have a chrono. Don't you find the bin trim because it's a bit dodgy? Oh, that would be for somebody with a fear bin. I'm thinking, I don't know if I find them dodgy. Are you thinking about getting your FAC? Circumstances won't allow that at the moment. I'd love to, and I'd love to be able to go out and shoot. The dream for me would be to stalk deer. I'd like to get to a position where I could stalk and shoot deer. We love venison in this. We just love venison. We're massive fans of it, and we've got a guy that we buy venison off, and it's phenomenal. Great meat. We really love it. And he has said to me in the past, well, we'll see if we can get you your own one day. And I'd really like to do that. But at the moment, an FAC is not in the sort of my periphery at the minute. I can't. There's too many hoops to jump through for that. But would I like one? Without question, yeah. But it's just a bit too difficult at the moment. Midlife safety. So no one from the FT club shot through a lifesaver at 25 yards. I'd try it. I try it. Maybe I will make a video trying to shoot through different. In fact, I tell you what we'll do. When I get really good with either whichever one of my PCPs end up being completely pinpoint accurate, I'll go and try and shoot the 4.5mm hole at D range at the very furthest one, which I do believe is called Lord of the Ringers. And we'll go and work on that for a day. It's cold water now because I was flaking, to be honest. Fat weasel, I was yeah. So the lifesaver target, I presume lifesavers are like polos, isn't they? Because yeah, we're in the UK, we don't get anything cool like lifesavers here. Pro Hunter Swagger Slugs. Swag Slugs, eBay. Oh, okay. Oh, right, okay, Callum. That's worth looking at. Maybe I'll look at that. QYS Maker 177. Oh, you're getting... Oh, thanks. she can see me flagging. Are my eyes rolling in my head? Is that what it is? Make a 177 13 grain heavy pellet slug-like form. I have seen those. I have seen them, but I haven't... I saw them when I was trying to figure out whether or not it was worth having the... Because the QYS Streamlined and the QYS Domed are the same weight. Was it those are the same weight? No, the pointed ones are the same weight, but they're completely... They're useless, I think, the pointed ones. But yeah, but when I was looking into them, I did see those 13 grain heavy ones. I'm going to go now, Adz. Thanks for the first live. It was awesome. Thanks to the administration for helping the boy out. Yeah, she's just going to get me a glass of water, but I'll let her know. Thanks, Dave. And I'm looking forward to meeting you as well. And thanks for all your support and all your help and the bits for the TX as well. Huge, huge, huge thank you. And thanks for joining me. And I'll see you again soon. I'd love to try deer stalking. Poor mobility says no. Yeah. That's a shame, man. I don't know what I'm saying. Yeah. I haven't got poor mobility. I can't. Yeah. Oh, I'm trying to catch up with bloody. I can't read fast enough. So yeah, Fat Weasel. I'd love to try deer stalking as well. It'd be something I definitely would like to get into. Only right to try it with the MPO2 ads. Yeah, the MPO2 is very accurate up to 25 meters. To be fair, it's bloody good. Power is nice, but it's not everything. Very true. I used to have FAC, in my opinion, has its use, but not enough advantage for the red tape. Yeah, yeah. I think that it's hard to say because in the UK, because we're restricted to 12 foot-pounds, the only step forward from that is FAC. So if you wanted to go into the 18 foot-pound realm, you would have to have an FAC license. But yeah. Have you ever been interested in PCP pistol? No, I've tried. No, I am. I have got interest in PCP pistols, but the problem is, and this is where bags full. This is for sorry. The problem is with a PCP pistol is the ones I've tried have just been little sort of messing about ones, and I'm terrible with them. So if I went down the road of PCP pistols, I think it would be at the the lower end would be like the Reximex Mito with the butt stock and all of that. But it is something I'm interested in at some point. I'd sort of dismiss it because I'm rubbish at it. Absolutely. Honestly, I might as well have just thrown pellets or spat them at stuff because people that can shoot PCP pistols well, I take my hat off to you because they're bloody hard. Same thing with my gun. Bought a second hand from a gun shop. Won't mention which shop. Got it home and chronographed the gun was shooting at 17 foot-pounds. Yeah, that's bad. That's bad, Sauron. Thanks. Oh, it's a hot one. Ah, I thought it was water. It's a cup of tea. Yeah, that is terrible. It's reprehensible. In fact, if you sold a car that was definitely going to burst into flames, you would get in trouble for that. So if you're in the UK selling 17 foot-pound rifles, you should definitely get in trouble for that. Streamlined are very good. And they work well. Streamlined and the 3 pellets, my 3 go-to pellets, 4 go-to pellets, H&N Field Target Trophies, QYS Streamlined, the 844 Exacts, and the Air Arms Diablos. One of those 4 will always work in one of my 177 rifles, and yeah, Polar's your equivalent of a lifesaver. Yeah, we don't get anything cool here. We don't even have fruit polos anymore. They bin them off. It was a Reximex Meter with a silencer as a carbine. Yeah, I got to be honest. I was in the gun shop in Plymouth the other day, and he had one in there, and it was very cool. Appreciate the heads up on the slugs. Yeah, nice. Let me know how that goes, Paul, because I'm quite interested in that. When I come down next year, I'll see if I can take the S4 to try the ringer. Yeah. It's shooting the ringer at D range. I'm not being funny. When I go shooting at D range, I make the video. And then I'll either would have already been shooting at the ringers or I shoot them afterwards. I absolutely love shooting at them. If you can ring the ringer at D range with a spring rifle, it's such a good feeling. I love the Black Wolf. I wouldn't have one, and that's not because of any other reason aside from the fact that I think for that money I could get a couple of other rifles. If money wasn't an object, I definitely would have one. They look incredible. Matt uses his on his channel quite a lot, and they are beautiful, beautiful rifles. And literally the only reason that I wouldn't get one is the cost, and not because any other reason. But if I had $2,000 for a rifle, I'd probably buy 3 rifles. Air rifle can't be taken off license once it's been on. Oh, right, I didn't know that. That's interesting. I don't even have. Oh, so once it's been, so once you've put it onto a, it can't be detuned to sub 12. I didn't know that. That's very interesting, actually. So it's probably worth staying under the limit for me then. See, I can actually do anything with it now. Otherwise, it tweaked it. Yeah, fair play. The FAC power is not all that until you get the big pellets. When I fit the TBT kit into the TX200, it lowered the. It was very slightly lower on power, and it was a lot better, to be fair. And I think that it's not all about, like you say, it's not all about the high power. FX Impact M4 is so accurate, it feels like you're cheating. That's how it was with that crate. I don't know what it was. I was shooting that. I was so impressed with it. It was so bloody good. But I did think it was. It was almost surgical when I shot John from Hawk's Eye TV's crate. Now that service. Yeah, I know. Bless her. She's doing that and modding. I'm putting the little into bed. I say little. He's not a little. She's sorting everything out. She's on it. Put me off getting anything second hand. Have you tried sovereigns? I haven't tried sovereigns. Peckle pellets, but like rock and all shit. Tried. Oh, it's worth looking at, isn't it? Definitely worth looking at. I'm always up for trying new pellets. People ask me what the biggest expense is, and aside from rifles, obviously, because they're very expensive, but I've bought more pellets than, maybe I'll talk about that in a video one day. Maybe I'll show them in the next. I've got an unholy amount of pellets. Got to the point where if I was passing the shop and I had a couple of quid, or I had a spare 15 quid or whatever, or even if I just popped in the shop and there was a tin of pellets I hadn't seen, I bought them. And I'm glad that I did, because now that when I get new rifles, or if I'm out with anybody else who's got a rifle and they seem to not be hitting where they should be hitting, I do have pellets for them to try, which is good. But it's ridiculous, the amount of money that I spent on them. Here's me dog again. Are you coming in or are you going out? Coming in. Come up, come and say hello. This is Haggis. Right, Haggis is a terrier. He was supposed to be for ratting. Wouldn't you, pal? He wouldn't do no ratting. He liked to think he could. He'd like to think he could. Wasn't pigeon that tree down. Yeah, that's fair. Just the fact that you hit anything with that VMX is unbelievable. That's the worst rifle I've over distance. I mean, it's great up close. It's great for it was a really good rifle, but I couldn't hit a barn door with it past 25 meters. Rifle Chrono's 9 foot power, 5 foot. Oh, that's mad. Yeah, 100%. That's crazy. Yeah, do you know what? That's interesting, actually, Michael. That's interesting. That I didn't think about head size making a difference. 30 tins of original Eli Wasp here, and they make a lot of that. Nice. Haggis is food. Yes, he is. You right? You good boy? What are you doing? Come on then. You coming up? Sometimes he just likes to sit there. Like that. You just chill out there for a bit, you mate. Yeah, Haggis is a legend in your body. He looks like a little old man, but he's only just over a year old. Sheep's offal mixed with oats. It does, yeah, and we love it. We eat a lot of it in this house. We love haggis in this house. We love this haggis, and we love eating haggis. Absolutely love it. Bags full. That 77. I got to be honest. I was shooketh when I tried that, and it's the only Springer that I've got that's full barrel length. I think actually no. I think the 177 that I've got is full barrel. The TX200 that I've got in 177 is I'm not 100% sure actually, but the 77 was the first time that I had a Springer that wasn't a carbine, and it was unbelievable. Yes, it does. Sorry, I just read that one. Yeah, that's what haggis is. Yeah, but we love it. Went through 200-pound pellets trying to fight. Yeah, that's the problem with it. I suppose now that I've got them, I don't have to worry about buying them. So that's Haggis for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. He's raw fed. Haggis is a raw fed pup, and he absolutely loves rabbit. He loves squirrel. He can't get enough squirrel. In fact, squirrel's the only liver that he'll eat. Just wanted to thanks. Oh, thank you very much. I appreciate you. Yeah, thank you very much, Lord Nibs. It means a lot. I appreciate you. Thank you very much. Really fancy getting to spring again. FX Impact M3. TX is 200. I can't lie. Brilliant. I wanted them to be. I wanted the HWs to be better, but the TX, that TX in 177, is next level. Worst rifle. My worst rifle. That I've owned would have to be. I had the worst one that I've owned, not the one I've got now, but the worst one that I've owned was a few years ago. I had this Chinese thing, and it was rubbish anyway, but I literally broke the barrel at one point, and as I broke it, it bent around on itself. It went ka-choom, and I was like, wow, that's incredible. It cost me 60 quid, and I had it for a week, and I literally broke the barrel and folded it around itself. It's made of Coke cans, I think. It's Browning Airstar. Love it, mates. Cocked electrically with a chain? What? I am definitely going to have to look down that road. That's a bit much, isn't it? Cocked electronically with a chain. I like that. Yeah, I can imagine. I can imagine, Craig. If you go FAC, go big. 25 to... Yeah. No sense. Yeah, fair play. I get that. I couldn't go FAC. I couldn't because of circumstances, but if I did, I would be looking... I like the idea of shooting far. I really, really do. I love it. BRK Ghost or Vixen 2? That's an impossible one for me to answer. I've literally been shooting since November and I've never really put my hand on either. I actually did hold... Is the BRK Ghost the new one? Because I held one of those. I can't say where, actually, because I don't know if I'm allowed to say... Because I held it before it was... It's been released now, though, isn't it? Is that the one that's blue? Because I held that before it was released. And it was very tactical and it felt really nice and everything, but I didn't get a chance to shoot it. And I like the Vixen. I love the Vixens. I think that they look... I've got to be honest, though. I think it would be nice to try them. It would be nice to try them, but I can't really give judgment on them because... Haggis, come on. You're going to jump out the window. It's not that bad. He's a bit daft. He's not very switched on, and I've got the windows wide open. Bullpup style rifle. Oh, yeah. Oh, definitely. Air Arms Galahad. All day long. Also, there's... what's it called? John Hawke had one. Norica. Not the Norica. No, the Norica was a different one. Was it the Norica? Yeah, I think it was a Norica. That was a bullpup. I really liked it. I love it. Absolutely love it. I thought they were shorter barrels, but actually the full-length barrels all the way up. And that's genius. Absolutely brilliant. So yeah, bullpup rifle. I'm definitely into it. Battery inside the pistol grip. I like that. This is amazing. Haggis, come on, buddy. BRK Ghost. Yeah, that's the only one I've held, is the BRK Ghost. I haven't held a Vixen, but I do like the look of them. I like the Vixen long, because I do like the look of the long one. Thanks, James. I'm going to have to go soon, though. I'm going to have to call it a day in a minute, because that's 2 hours, and I'm going to have to sort of have something to eat, I think. Oh, it's gone really well, though. I do really appreciate everybody. BSA Spitfire, Break Barrel, PCP. Break Barrel, PCP. Lovely thing. Bottles in the stock, the barrel half cocked and loaded pellet. Oh, right, okay. Get yourself a Pro Target, mate. Yeah, I've heard a lot about the Pro Target. I almost bought... Is the Pro Target, that's the Air Arms HFT rifle, yeah? Is that the one? Because I think that was the one I was about to buy, wasn't it? I think that was... I had it all lined up. I'm pretty sure it was a Pro Target. Is that it was meant to shoot 10 meters, and these ones have been done up I think they've been increased from 6 foot-pounds to from 6 foot-pound all the way to. No, like James, take care, mate. In fact, get one of everything. Yeah, I completely agree with that as well. But yeah, I think they were built to be 6 foot-pound. These ones are meant for 10-meter shooting, and there's a load of them that got rejigged so that they could be 11 foot-pound, and they would shoot a lot further. And apparently they were pinpoint accurate. That's actually what I nearly bought. But then Bryn, being the fabulous bloke that he is, the absolute genius that he is over at Celtic Guns, not sponsored, but Bryn being the absolute gent that he was, we came to an agreement and managed to get the Ultimate Sporter, which I think is just brilliant. Yeah. Your channel's good. Live streams ideas. Yeah, I appreciate that, mate. I appreciate that, boss Rat Busters. I think I'm gonna do more lives. I've actually really enjoyed it. Cayman X I saw on Hawkseye TV. Honestly, John from Hawkseye TV is one of the nicest blokes you could ever wish to meet, and incredibly insightful. And every time I've had any dealings with any rifle, I've gone to John's channel or I've spoke to John, and the only bloody one that he hadn't done was the Air Arms Ultimate Sporter. I was like, how have you not done a review on it? I need to know what it's like. He went, oh, it's bloody good. Target rifles look like Transformers. They do. God, that's flown by 2 hours. Well done. Yeah, I'm going to have to go in a second, so I'm going to finish my cup of tea with you all, and then I'm going to have to do one. Because we got sort the dog out. I got all sorts of bits and pieces. I was only going to come on for an hour. I thought we'd just see how it works. Wish you all the best. Going to pop off. Thank you very much, Focus Forward. Thank you for all your input as well. I'd massively appreciate you. Take care. Rock on as Village Boy air guns and stuff. Rock on yourself, Village Boy air guns and stuff. Thank you very much. Night, people. Be lucky. I said it in your accent. Night, people. Be lucky. Bit random. Do you also go fishing? Love it. Love fishing. I haven't been in ages, to be honest. And I only anything I do like that is normally for food. So living down in Cornwall, if I go fishing, it's at the beach and it's for food. It always is. So I like mackerel feathering. I like bass lures and stuff like that. I'm not very good at any of it, but I do. Yeah, I love having a crack at it. Air Arms will spoil you. Yeah, it's regulated. It's an S510R. I can't wait to do that video, but I need to give it a little bit more gravitas. I didn't want to just rush it this week with all the rain like it's been and just go and hash something together. I really want to go deep into the two. I want the HW100 and I want to go fill them both up, get a shot count on them. I want to go for its whole entire range and see when it starts dropping off for both of them. I want to do a full thing for it, so it's going to be a big video for me. I don't do technical videos. It's probably going to be the most it's not technical, it won't be technical, but the most technical I've done, if that makes sense. Thank you very much, Dark Horse Garage. I really appreciate all of your input as well. Thank you very much for keeping chat going and everything like that. I do appreciate you. Do this again, bud. Yeah, I'm gonna. I've enjoyed it. Thank you very much, El Chain Rash. I appreciate you. Smash your first live. I'll be out sea fishing again soon for cod. Whoa, that's a northeast of mackerel don't hang about long after August. Yeah, that's fair. They'll come down this way. No, we haven't had hardly any mackerel around here, to be fair. But I've got a couple of mates who spearfish cod. If you haven't seen it, there's a guy called Souls Untapped. If you want to watch any good spearfishing content, Souls Untapped. I can't. It's literally as it sounds. SOULS Untapped. And his content is, and he's right up in Shetland, and honestly, he hunts cod underwater. Brilliant. Had my non-regged and tuned at Ratworks. I've been toyed so many times with the idea of getting things done at Ratworks, but every time I've got anywhere close to having any money put together, I have a rifle. So yeah, that's not really worked out. So Ratworks, I hear a lot of good things. I'd love to do a little bit. I'd love to get something Ratworked just to see if it does make a massive difference. Hyper Night, it does sound like I can't wait to see it. That episode, it's gonna be a big one to make, but I can't wait to see it when it's finished. I'm looking forward to it. Pink chair, yeah, it's good, isn't it? You have such a refreshing channel. New to the sport. stick around with it because it's a fantastic sport, a fantastic community of people as well, and it's one of those things where people are willing to pass down their information. You get a lot of people in other sporting things that they like to safeguard information and sort of gatekeep it a little bit. None of that in this. None of that. Everybody's so open and so willing to give information, and it's even at the range. You sit at the range and just hear people tell it, like, it's such a good community. I absolutely love it. Yeah, I'm going to try and get some spearfishing stuff on the channel. I'll try and sneak it in. Good night, Paul. Thank you very much. I'm off as well in a minute, to be fair. Great chat. We'll sub now. Thanks, Dave. Appreciate you. Thanks to anybody who subs and anybody who likes and anybody who comments and anybody who has any interaction whatsoever. I massively appreciate all of you. Nice vids, live chat. Please do this again. Night, fella. Cheers, bags full. I will do, yeah. Thank you very much. Thanks for joining as well. I have some work done at Apex. Apex. Where is Apex? Is that in the States? Been a great chat, bud. Mattress is calling out. Paul, I completely agree. I need to go and calm myself down, finish my cup of tea and have something to eat, I think. I heard you mention a spotter earlier. Have you looked at the Top Don? Yes, I've looked at them actually, and this is what I was saying. I'm not going to get into it now because it's quite late in the live, but for what that Top Don TS0004 can do, and then you've got the other people charging massive amounts of money for stuff that does only slightly more than that. That's why, yeah, it's definitely something I'm going to look at. But listen, everybody, I'm going to have to go. It's been hours I've kept you. It's been hours. Oh, it is in the UK. They make regulators. All right, I'll look that up. I'm going to have to go because I've got to get these moths out of here. I've got to calm the dog down because he's trying to kill everything. Thank you very much for joining me in this chat. Like and subscribe if you want to. If you don't want to, you don't have to. It's your YouTube. You do exactly what you want to do with it. Sorry, that's a habit. Well, I do massively appreciate you all for joining me. Thank you very much. It has been a great couple of hours, and I'm going to go. But there's a new video out tomorrow. I'd appreciate your honesty on it because it's a kit video, and I've never done one before. I just think it's good to have a video out. That's all. It's good for the algorithm to have a video out, but honest opinions would be great. But thank you very much for joining me in this chat and joining me in this live, and hopefully we can do this again. So everyone in the chat, everybody on there, everybody who's been watching, thank you very much, and I'll see you again soon. Take care. Cheers. Bye. Bye. Bye.